Hello, and welcome to the legal environment for HR, or as I like to call it, 7 statutes in 7 weeks. My name's Law Abrams, and I'm going to be your instructor for this semester. I'm a practicing attorney. I am senior counsel at the national law firm of Littler Mendelson, PC, and I'm based out of Washington, D.C., although I kind of consider myself to be a citizen of the world. I've been teaching this course for quite a while now, and the book that we have, I think, is pretty solid in terms of presenting all of the legal issues that we're going to be encountering here. This is a survey course. It's not a deep dive as we might do in law school, for example. But I think you'll get the information you need to successfully manage HR if you're in that position eventually in management, or even understanding your own rights, and that's very important as well. Now, we are teaching this at an interesting time in our United States because a lot of things are undergoing change due to President Trump's executive orders. And as I am recording this for you, it is June 2025. We've seen quite a few things come out that have impacted employment law and HR and also labor law. And I should say, although our textbook covers labor law, we are not covering the National Labor Relations Board and the National Labor Relations Act in this semester. However, there will be opportunities to do papers in that arena as part of the coursework, if that is of interest to anybody. Now, one of the things that I'm also not going to be covering in detail in this course is the immigration law. And the reason I say that on both of these scores is that, as you know, many people know, if you're not sleeping under a rock or something, we have a very aggressive deportation campaign going on right now. That is affecting employers. Obviously, the e-verification program is under some scrutiny right now. Visas are being rescinded, pretty much without notice. And they have greatly restricted some of the other visas that they were giving to immigrants who would come in to work agriculturally or in the IT field. So we are very much in a changing world right now. And the executive orders that have been issued impact things such as diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI. We are, that is frowned upon at this point. That is a major shift from the encouragement of DEI programs in previous administrations. Beyond that, we also have an executive order from President Trump saying that disparate impact will not be recognized as a cause of discrimination actions, at least in the federal government. How that is going to impact the private sector remains to be seen, but that is obviously a huge change, and it does conflict with some of the things in the book. Another thing that is under scrutiny and change due to Supreme Court decisions and no doubt things that are pending is affirmative action. And affirmative action at the university level in terms of school admissions now has been found to be invalid. How that is going to impact affirmative action programs in the workplace remains to be seen. Federal contractor diversity programs and the data that would normally be examined in terms of contract criteria, that is being altered as well. So there are a lot of things that are really going through some changes. We have a segment in this course on the Occupational Safety and Health Act, OSHA. There's legislation right now to repeal the Occupational Safety and Health Act of 1970 and to abolish the agency OSHA. So we may find in real time as this course goes on that I may have to alter course content. All I can do at this point is commit to teaching to the book the things that are still good law, and I will inform you in terms of posting things. Keep an eye on the announcements because that's really important. And as new policy comes out, or perhaps they abolish the National Labor Relations Board or OSHA, I will flag that for you. And certainly you'll see I have some suggested topics for research papers. I'm open to anything that is germane to the course and actually involves research and not opinions. So do come up with other topics if you have them. But what's critical is, let's say you're going down a road, trans rights in the workplace. I'll pick something like that. And something occurs where legally either we cannot address that at the university, or things change so radically that it would render the topic impossible for somebody to write on. That would be an example where you might have to pick another topic in real time, and I'll work with you on that. I talk about the research paper. That's a big part of your course. It's a big part of the grade. We also have a quiz and a final exam. There will be weekly written assignments that you will submit to me via the portal. And then I'll post the answers to those after I've gotten pretty much everybody's responses in. And there's a discussion board. And for that, you will get a single grade, not a weekly grade, looking at your participation. There's no real right or wrong answers when you're coming to a discussion board. But I will be looking at how you interface with each other. And of course, respect, politeness, that goes a long way. So as I sit here in nearly 100-degree temperatures, excuse the somewhat informality, but I wanted to get this reported for you. I will hold a review session, and we'll schedule that at a time and date closer to the end of the semester. And I remain accessible to you. The best way to reach me is my personal email, which is safetylawyer@gmail.com. And of course, this will be in the syllabus that's online and everything. I do work. I do travel all the time for work. I'm in and out of different time zones, but we can certainly set up appointments in advance to discuss any issues that you might have individually. So with all of that, and I'm sure there's a lot more I could say, rest assured, again, I'm not expecting you to become lawyers at the end of this course. This is to familiarize you with the employment law information. And I hope you have a lot of fun. I hope you get some information that is really useful to you in your personal lives. And certainly, we're all going to come out of this with a new understanding of how things stand in light of the new administration, changes to the EEOC, changes within the Department of Labor, and so on and so on. So again, welcome to the class. I look forward to teaching you.